Hey, peace and harmony coming at you here with part 2. Sorry, had a little bit of an interference, but we are discussing how to cleanse your mind and cleanse your mindset and kind of restore your mind, body, and spirit after psychological brainwashing and gaslighting from the narcissist. As we're discussing in part 1, the narcissist has put you into an altered state where, you know, your mind is secreting, and your body, your parasympathetic nervous system is secreting an excessive amount of corticosteroid, basically cortisol, in your body, which causes you to be in a state of constant state of fight or flight. It's overpowering your body and your mind, and it will cause all sorts of, you know, negative reactions, a lot of fatigue, a lot of exhaustion, a lot of muscle cramps, feeling like you can't get up, feeling like you can't drive, feeling like you can't work. Yes, it is very extremely disabling. It is very scary to encounter this, especially as a young person. You're wondering what the hell is going on, and will this ever end? Will I ever get through this? Will I ever be the same? Will I ever get back to my normal self and be happy again? Will I ever get to have other relationships? And the answer, I have good news for you, is yes. And as I was describing, you absolutely positively have to hang in there. You have to stay the course with your recovery. You have to cleanse them and restore your mind back to balance. You absolutely positively have to go no contact. I know it's hard. I know it's hard to accept this person who is so right for you, so amazing to you. Maybe you felt closer to them than anyone you've ever felt before. You know, how can you let this amazing person go? How can you say goodbye to all those great times and that great relationship? How can you just say, I'm done with this fabulous experience? You know, everything to be so heightened with them. Everything seemed to be so wonderful. Everything seemed to be so euphoric. Everything seemed to be so like a fairy tale, like a dream. But guess what, guys? The whole reason why that occurred is because you carved out a void in yourself to allow them to manipulate you and control you in this manner. And the love bombing, the different things that they would say were done in a pre-calculated manner so as to overwhelm you and overwhelm your body and overwhelm you sexually to the point where you lost, you know, I would say lost some self-control, lost some self-respect, which is the main thing, because they were able to break you down mentally and emotionally to get you to this state, to get you to this brainwashed, and to get you into this gaslighted state. And they do it, I want you to realize this, how they did it, so that you can begin to protect yourself, not only from an understanding point right now, to understand not only what happened to you, so you can understand that it's possible to recover yourself fully 100%, but when you get to heal, when you get to recover, you are going to be at a new place emotionally as a human being. So this is where you need to go. You're working along a path of recovery and healing, and I want you to understand that this brainwashing, this gaslighting, was done to you in specific ways, because I want you to be able to identify this. So if you see it happening again, you have to pull the reins back from allowing your mind and your perception to be misled, because you were misled by this person, you were deceived by this person, you were lied to by this person. This person is pathological. Okay, they're pathological, meaning diseased and disordered. Okay, they have a capability to lie to such a degree and to hurt so many people, and they do not feel a thing. They do not feel a thing when they do that to people. And they can lie about finances, they can lie about jobs, they can lie about relationships, they can lie about vacations, they can lie about anything to anyone for whatever reason they want. And that's what the narcissist and what the pathological psychopath will do. I think what I really want you to understand is there's almost a criminal intent to these people's behavior. And I think it's a Britney Spears song, which I think really captures it. I think it's called Womanizer. If you ever listen to the Britney Spears song, go ahead and listen to it. Go ahead and get the video here on YouTube. Go ahead and look at the lyrics. But that, I definitely feel it's about a psychopath and a narcissist. And being brainwashed, but coming through the other side. So what I really want you to identify is how they gaslighted and how they brainwashed you. First of all, they break you down. They start taking up a lot of your time. They get you to change up your routine. They get you to change up your communication methods. They get into your mindset where they're gonna kind of alter meanings of things to you. And this is done in a very subtle technique. A lot of it is in terms of neuro-linguistic programming, ways that they're able to kind of get you to do certain things that you don't want to do. Think of it almost like being hypnotized. Have you heard how a hypnotist, they can go and, make people do things that they ordinarily wouldn't do that would be humiliating to them, embarrassing. The psychopath is they're like hypnotizing of you. They get you to doubt yourself. They will criticize you and get you to agree to this falsehood about you. In other words, the lies that they'll speak. Well, you're so arrogant. In other words, you have a dream, you have a vision, there's something that you want, something that you believe in about yourself and you know to be true. You've accomplished certain things, you've done certain things. And, this very real dream for you that you want to pursue, they'll basically then start kind of packaging that up and saying, well, you're arrogant, or they'll begin criticizing you and they'll make you feel in such a way so that you'll begin to then doubt yourself, and that then you'll give up your own sense of power. You'll be giving up your own empowerment, what you know is right or wrong, which is knowing who your true purpose is, which is knowing what you're about. They will cause you to give that up, which they love. Oh my God, when they see you playing into their hand, they're like, this one's mine. I mean, they are loving it. They are loving it. They might not be like, oh, I'm so glad, They are loving the fact that they have you doing whatever they want, being there for them, giving up your sense of empowerment, and then going then to be there for them. Whether it's an emotional crutch, you felt so sorry for them. Maybe they got you with a sob story. Oh my God, that's a big one. The sob story. Chances are the sob story was a lie. This is what my ex did to me. This is what my mother did to me. This is what my previous job did to me. It's the sob story. They get you to feel sorry for them. Then you begin to let your guard down, and then your great heart, your great sense of empathy then is absorbing all this negative pity, all this sorrow. You're just filling your heart up with them. And, you're essentially then, but your own sense of moral and your own boundaries are starting to be eroded and corroded to the point where then they not only, use you up and suck you like an emotional vampire, but then they're able to kind of twist and turn certain meanings around in your mind, which basically it's like a mind control. Again, and I've referred to this before. Think, and that's why, to really kind of separate from them, you need to realize that there's almost like a criminal intent, and you do not want to be associated with a criminal. You do not want to be associated with this, because you will never ever win. They break human law. They break, humanity law, about being good for each other, and especially to women. I mean, you've got to be strong. You've got to stay the path. and realize that this, all these tools that they use to break you down, you need to pull back. You need to accept the fact that this person is disordered on the level of almost a criminal, with the degree that they're able to mind control people. I mean, think of it like Hitler. I mean, how many people would have loved to have been free of his grasp, but they did not have the mind control? That is the power that the psychopath can have, or the narcissist. They advance very far in their careers. Everybody thinks that they're such a great person, but you know the truth. So you need to honor the truth. You need to accept the truth. You need to pull back. You need to get some boundaries up for yourself. And you need to start doing some things that truly make you happy. Even if you feel like you're regressing and, you're like drawing in a coloring book. I mean, you need to comfort yourself. You need to start cooking for yourself, baking for yourself, getting healthy food, getting fresh air. I'm not talking about just throwing money at the problem and going to see a psychiatrist. Yes, you can do that. But you need to start getting involved in some self-care and getting your mind, start refreshing your senses. Go for a walk, smell the fresh air, smell a flower. Go to the mall, start walking around, start, getting in touch with some other things. I know it's very difficult, especially if you're just coming out of a relationship. Your emotions and the cocktail of emotions is so severe and so extreme, but it's going to reside. And I want you to just begin to go for a walk, and I want you to really kind of like hold your own hand through this journey. Continue to get support from these videos, but you need to start refreshing your senses, and by all means go no contact, and your mind will start to become clear, and you'll be thinking and feeling clearly again. Peace and harmony coming at you today. Please subscribe for more videos. Be strong, hang in there, and peace and harmony will restore to you. Love you.